Two dead, several injured in Portland accident. Two students have died following a motor vehicle collision on Blueberry Hill Main Road in Portland on Tuesday afternoon. Reports are that sometime after 4 p.m., a motor car transporting passengers was traveling on the roadway when it collided with a parked truck. Several people reportedly injured in the collision and rushed to the hospital, where the two students were pronounced dead. It is understood that a few Titchfield High School students were involved in the crash. Up to 5 children are believed to be injured. 17-year-old boy charged for a fatal stabbing of 20-year-old student in Manchester. A 17-year-old boy has been charged for the fatal stabbing of a 20-year-old student in Manchester. The man accused of killing Akila White of Hambury, Manchester, has been charged with murder and wounding with intent. Reports are that about midday on Monday, while at the Catholic College in Mandeville, the teen inflicted stab wounds to White and the male student. The two wounded students were taken to hospital, where White was pronounced dead and the other student admitted. The accused teen has been remanded until June 4. Basco to return to court June 11. Errol Basco, former People's National Party caretaker for St. Mary Western, who is facing charges of burglary, is to return to court on June 11. The date was set when the case against him was mentioned in the Anoto Bay Resident Magistrate Court on Tuesday, May 14. The matter was postponed due to the non-appearance of Basco's lawyer, Oswald Senior Smith, the complainant and the investigating officer. In March of this year, Basco is said to have allegedly had a sexual encounter with a 23-year-old man from Gale who had reportedly saw the educator's assistant in a legal matter. Basco at the time of the incident was principal of the Taki High School and is now on leave of absence from his duties. Keith Clark's widow testifies in murder trial. Dr. Claudette Clark, the widow of accountant Keith Clark, who was killed in 2010 by members of the security forces, fought back to hold back tears while recounting the moment she witnessed 3 soldiers find shots at her husband. Dr. Clark, the prosecution's first witness in the murder trial, took the stand about 10:39 Tuesday morning, but it was in the afternoon session that she became emotional. Recalling the horrifying night of May 26, 2010, Dr. Clark, who was an education officer, said she returned home with her younger daughter about 8 o'clock. She said they ate, showered, and went to bed. About an hour later, her husband arrived home and asked if she had made dinner. Dr. Clark said she explained to him that she didn't because she was tired. She said she felt guilty, so she made him a sandwich. The widow said soon after her husband fell asleep. Moments after, she said she heard the sound of a helicopter or plane. Dr. Clark said when she heard the sound getting closer, she looked through her windows. That was when she saw the helicopter or plane flying over the area. She said she woke her husband and brought it to his attention, but they went back to bed. While laying in bed, Dr. Clark said she heard a bang on the roof and what sounded like a sawing of the grill. She again alerted her husband. The widow said at that time the sounds got louder. Noting that they began panicking, Dr. Clark said she and her husband went to their second daughter's bedroom. Responding to the prosecution whether she had heard any other sound when she went to her daughter's bedroom, Dr. Clark said the sounds were coming from all over the house. In an attempt to get to the basement, she told the court that she, her daughter, and husband huddled together and went downstairs to the living room area. Dr. Clark said she was panicking and could not find the correct key to open the door to the basement. She said they returned to the master bedroom. At that point, she said her husband climbed atop the closet and instructed her and her daughter to hide in the bathroom located inside the master bedroom, which they did. At that point, she began calling her neighbors while her daughter dialed 119. Dr. Clark said when the sounds got closer, she suggested to her daughter that they should go outside, identify themselves, and beg for mercy. But she said, just as she and her daughter came out of the bedroom, the master bedroom door opened and 3 men dressed in army gear entered. The widow said before she could finish identifying herself and the members of the household, she was asked, "Wahim there?" She said at that point her husband was coming from off the closet. Dr. Clark added that his feet were on the window and his back turned. Responding to the prosecutor, she said her husband had nothing in his hands. Dr. Clark said that was when one or two of the men in the army gear opened gunfire hitting her husband. Responding to the prosecutor on whether the men identified or declared themselves, Dr. Clark said no. She said they only asked, were the gunman them there? Dr. Clark said after her husband was shot, the men clad in army gear asked, were the rest of the gunman them there? Lance Corporals Greg Tinglin and Odell Buckley and Private Arnold Henry are on trial for Mr. Clark's murder. The trial continues today. Government to construct new Kingston Public Hospital, stated Tufton. The Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, has announced that preparatory work has begun for the construction of a new Kingston Public Hospital, KPH. Tufton, who was speaking in Parliament recently, said the government has given the go-ahead to develop a proposal for the construction of a new facility. We are just commencing this process, and it will mean a number of preparatory stages like land acquisition and case study development. But we will commence this process this year, he shared. In the meantime, he said rehabilitation works have started on the existing structure and will intensify during the year. We have so far started the process of transferring the oncology services from KPH and the Hope Institute to St. Joseph Hospital, as well as selecting a project manager for the further development and implementation of the project. This year, we will be conducting a comprehensive technical review of the infrastructure for both KPH and VJH Victoria Jubilee Hospital and undertake a comprehensive electrical rehabilitation of the facility at an estimated cost of $300 million, Tufton stated. The minister noted that KPH is one of the country's most critical institutions, serving over 20,000 inpatients and 300,000 outpatients each year, and has proven to be one of the premier trauma hospitals on the island. This government will not allow this important institution to go to the route of Conroe Regional Hospital due to neglect and lack of maintenance over the years. We will improve the services of KPH by fixing the financial challenges that the facility faces, Tufton remarked. He said work to phase 2 out of the outsourcing diagnostic program will begin this year for several reasons, including the fact that the government has acquired diagnostic equipment including 14 state-of-the-art X-rays, 3 CT scan machines, 2 digital mammograms, surgical navigation system, digital X-ray system, and nuclear PECT. We are now in the process of acquiring several pieces of equipment including multi-CBCT, dental X-ray system, radiological reviewing station, fax server mini, and ultrasound machine handheld. The longer-term solution that we hope to accomplish this year is a lease agreement for the supply, installation, maintenance, and training for 49 pieces of medical diagnostic imaging equipment covering computerizing, tomography CT scanners, magnetic resonance images MRI, and ultrasound, said the Health and Wellness Minister. He said the procurement process was ongoing and the deadline for bid submission is June 30. We are building into the system resilience. We want to end the days of broken down equipment and ensure patients are seen on time for the best care. It's a journey we have to start and we must continue. Meanwhile, Tufton said that the ring road reconstruction has started at the University of the West Indies at a cost of $278.8 million, and design for the first tower is being completed for tendering this year at approximately $40 million, which include the cost for new equipment. The tower will boast hybrid suite and operating rooms, patient reception, minor operating theatre, pharmacy, neonatal intensive care, and labor ward and adolescent psychiatry. We have to ensure that UHWI, University Hospital of the West Indies, continues as the premier territory-level hospital in Jamaica and the region, stated Tufton. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.